Namaskar and welcome to this exciting new episode of Sathology Debunking Mythology. We are again, you had a lot of historical information yesterday, but today we are going back to Natraj, Kala. You all loved that video, and we have a very good speaker, researcher, and also she has her own viewpoints on these topics. She has analyzed in her own way. So you especially liked her presentation on the yuga. In the she presented the entire the scriptural evidence in one slide. If you recall, anyone recalls, he was live on that show. So let us, without delay, let us welcome Rupa Bhati.
Namaste Aditya ji. Thank you
Namaste.
for
Namaste.
again inviting me.
No, it's a
So
pleasure,
this,
Rupa ji. It's a really
thank you
pleasure.
so much.
So in the last show in the Nataraj Kala, one question I had, and probably the viewers also might be having, why they use the word kala for time.
Very interesting question. Uh, Kal comes from the root kal, which means to calculate. So even
Uh-huh.
the word calculate has come from Sanskrit root, it appears to me. And very interesting. So from kal we get kal, and that is uh, used for the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
so in Sanskrit they say k, came, everything ka is used. So
ka
again, the
is
calculation,
kaha,
yeah. Kaha,
calculation. Yeah.
kutaha.
Kutaha.
Yeah. So,
So from the root word kal, it comes. So that is how we derive the word kal.
and another question comes to my mind, how Nataraj is connected to, like he's also known as Mahakal, to Kal. Like how Nataraj is connected to Kal.
Uh, uh, in a very esoteric way, what I understand, uh, our sages could understand where in the whole of the galaxy we are placed. The first thing. The second thing is that I think the ideologies must have begun because very nearby the Akash Ganga, the Orion is very nearby the Akash Ganga. If you see from a very clear skies where there is no like mm, light pollution, so from there you will be able to see as if the Orion is coming out of Akash Ganga. So it was very easy for people to understand the whole night when the Akash Ganga is moving in this form, and likewise the Orion is also going. This was so distinct star, three belt star, that it was visualized even in the eastern parts like Japan, in China, India, and even in the Egypt and Alexandria, as well as everyone was noting this three star very distinctly. So once you just see towards the sky, uh, you will find that Saptarishi like question mark. It is a very distinct type of star cluster, which will be very eye catchy. It's very easy to locate. Otherwise, other stars you won't be able to locate. There will be a different type of iconographies made by different civilizations in different time zones. But what is happening is this three star is very discreet, and it can be watched, and it was being watched by every civilization very distinctly. So they were all like using this star, like Maoris, they were also using this star. Hawaiians, they were using this star in a different format, but very easily because it was located, and very easily from that other stars were located. So that is why we say Mrigayati, chaser. So it is a Mriga Mandala. So I think due to that and some reverence were more attached to this star, and it brought a bliss kind of a thing, which is like it gives you a direction to move. So it becomes Sham. It becomes Shiva. Sham Karoti. It's like it is giving you a kind of authority, bliss, a kind of a thing which which brings you contentment. So in this way, this star cluster got the name Shiva also. So Nataraja is this way got connected, and basically it was a Kutu constellation, which is called a dancer constellation. So how it dances at every latitude. It goes up and comes down due to the precession of equinoxes, due to the axial precession. So every time in 26,000 years, it will go up, it will come down, and it was very much visualized and recorded by our ancient people. So
There's one common.
that is why it got a name Nataraja. So he's a dancer actually, cosmic dancer, you know. So he is also astronomically also he's dancing. So that is how I relate it, and I could understand why he is dancing, why he is Nataraja, why Shiva becomes Nataraja. Yeah,
The Boy Scouts across the world, including ever USA or India, this is one star they show every time, the Hunter.
the hunter.
Samegrari. They show everywhere. This is because he's the one which is, if you have night sky, but he's visible every night and
Every night, and
find
yes,
direction in any part of the world, whether it's India, Africa, anything, and you
Ji,
can know which direction he's from.
Ji.
So,
And it
so
is of course seasonal. For 6 months it will be visible very nicely, and in the night time. So every 6 months it changes. The other star clusters will come up. From vernal to autumnal, there are the other different star clusters, and then autumnal to vernal, there are different star clusters. So in whichever kal we are getting to visualize it, it is like a bliss kind of a thing. And every time it is happening because they were chasing that star with the help of Agastya also from the south to north. And I have a speculation about it because it is mentioned in Rigveda as Agastya. So it appears that the southern people came towards north and again they went back towards south. So to and fro movement was happening for lakhs of years. And that is how they were measuring the whole 26,000 years of cycle time from Daksha Prajapati to Shiva Sati concept. And after that, Nataraja also.
yeah, thank you, Rupaji, for this nice explanation. So we can start off the presentation slides that you have.
Ji, sure.
So today is a part two of
Yeah,
so
today
University
is
of Toronto is a
part
part two.
two.
Yes.
So last time we had Nataraja and Kal. Today we will understand how Kali got embodied in the Nataraja. So it's a Dvivida Kala, Para, Apara. From the Sutta Samhita also we tried to understand last time. And we studied this dialogue between King Shweta, Suta, Kal, that Shiva killed Kal and again resuscitated. And he was then fixed by him between the Yama and Yama Nakshatras, the Yama messengers. Yama messengers are who? They are Sirius and Procyon, which is two dog stars in the sky. And it was dog star in the sky mentioned in Rigveda also, which is the same concept found in Greek mythology also. So here we found that King Shweta proclaims Kal to be greater form of Shiva himself. So Shiva killing Kal, that was a story we understood last time. So what did we understood last time? We understood Nataraja, the whole iconography. What was the iconography all about? We understood Kal. We understood Nataraja and Mrigashesh in the sky. So we could superimpose the Nataraja iconography and we could see how Mrigashesh and Natarajas are connected. The Kutu constellation is connected with each other. Now, we understood Kal, we understood Mrigashesh, Mriga Nakshatra, Hunter, Chaser. We understood every aspect of Nataraja, Rudra, the Rudra Ganas, the Patina, the orb of flame, Apasmar, we also saw Apasmar. I will be taking Apasmar as a complete different section. In some part 4 or 5, we will do of this. And in the whole process, we come uh, to to an ethnographic memory that Nataraja is given a Kali Bhog, Kadi Bhog. He's offered during the Ardra Darshanam festival. So we will try to understand what Kali has to do with Kal, or what Kali has to do with Nataraja. So Nataraja gives us a kind of a clue to Apasmar also. It gives a clue to Kali also. How Apasmar, that we will discuss, that how the epilepsy, that means the mm, the the ignorance of time, maybe, which is recorded in the Apasmar. How he is recording this astro phenomena in the form of epilepsy. We will understand some other day. But uh, the whole iconography is being revered on the Ardra Darshanam festival, and Kadi Bhog is given to Nataraja at that moment in the night time when he becomes Nataraja for a day. So, how it is embodied, we will try to understand today. So, we remember Kali in various ways. Uh, it is not that this word is just coming in just one scripture or in the ethnographic memory, but it is coming in a very in many scriptures. Like Aitreya Brahmana, it is coming as Kali Shayano Bhavati. Kali Vriksh is coming as a memory for Ardra Nakshatra. So there are 28 nakshatras, and all the nakshatras are related to some kind of a tree for Samidha. During the yajna, we give some Samidha to Agni, and these trees are related to that kind of some of the samhitas are related to trees, and some kind of memory are getting braided in that format also. It's very interesting to understand what Kali is why Kali is related to Ardra. So one, we found that Kali is related to Ardra as a bhog, which is being offered to Nataraja, and the other Kali we remember as Kali Vriksha, which is related to again Ardra Nakshatra. So, what is the kind of uh, uh, evidence we get? So, I will just try to locate all those evidence together, and then we will discuss what does Kali means actually. So, every word has a meaning. So, it is not a meaningless word. It is very difficult to find this word in Rig Veda, but as a as the in Kalantara, this word came up. So as they were able to name this Kali to some vriksha, so that came up in Atharva Ved, like Arundhati vine comes up. Similarly, after some point of time, this was also being recorded. So in the pratyaksha, that is the perception, the first perception in the sky, we are able to now locate Nataraja in Gangadhara form or in the Nataraja form itself with the Orion, and that is the whole composite of Ardra and Mrigashesha Nakshatra. So this is the first perception we get. Now, how this is associated with different type of um, evidence, how this is associated with all those Kali evidence. So we will try to locate all those Kali evidence on this pratyaksha perception. So first thing was Kali Bhog, which is a smriti, ethnographic memory. Uh, then the second is the Kali dice game, which is which comes from the Itihasa. So you will find that in Nalopakyan, uh, denotes the game of dice, and uh, there is dialogue between Nala and one king about the Kali, and he says that people will be like will get confused in the in future whether it is a game of dice or whether it is a yuga, all the yugas, Kali Yuga. So he also had showed his apprehension about this. So that has been like mm, mentioned in Itihasa as a Kali, which is used in a dice game. Now, the third is the Kali, which is a sleepy pattern, which is being described in Aitareya Brahmana, which is a Shabda Pramana. So now we get different type of evidence. Now we are just gathering all the evidence so that we have upamana, so that we have comparison, so that we can do some comparison between all these evidence, what it is trying to convey to us. uh, what I feel, Aditya ji, ki, there is so much of time lapse, and we have fought so much of invasions, and so many things happened with India, with us. And I think you would also agree that many of the knowledge got scattered. So, आप भी इस
Absolutely
पे,
right.
yeah.
Absolutely right.
So,
Because most of this knowledge, and I'm really thankful to researchers like you bringing the original thoughts back.
ji, thank you.
It's like a revival again. Yourself, Nilesh, uh, many other scholars who are working on this together. They are bringing this back because this thought process is very important. Because
Ji,
our shastra are based on Chintan and Manan. So the
ji,
more you think about it, why it is there, and maybe you are just putting up one theory, but you're doing a yeoman's task by at least starting the discussion.
yeah.
And
I just want this to bring up the discussion. तो एक
correct.
बार शुरू तो करें कुछ कि
Convert.
why these, yeah, definitely.
We are at least starting the conversation. So
Hmm.
viewers should not think that there may be a chance that I may be corrected, you may be corrected, all the people may be corrected. The whole point is that Manan should start thinking about these things. Uh, when
Definitely.
when India is called the Vishwaguru, it's on all sides: astronomical, archaeological, Shastra, Niti, Gyan, everything included.
बिल्कुल. जी. So this is the thing which brought me into this speculation that why this Kali word is mentioned everywhere, and still they are disconnected. So I'm trying to connect them, that how they are connected actually, and at what point of time we got disconnected from all these knowledge. So knowledge was there. I think Aditya ji, it was like in the pockets. Like even Aryabhati, the text that we found, they were of two types of scriptures we found. So it was found in different pockets. So many of these like ऐतरे ब्राह्मण ले लीजिए या फिर और भी जितने भी हैं वो different different जगह में अलग अलग pockets से फिर हमको मिलती है.
Hmm.
So what was happening? Whatever they were having that knowledge in whichever form, जो हम तक पहुंचा, that was in a fragment kind of the thing, and those pockets or those pratishakya or those people, those brahmins who were keeping all these knowledge with them, somewhere they got lost also. It appears to me like when I'm studying about the eustacy, that is the sea level rise and sudden rise was there. It appears to me that all those coastal areas which were having so many great sages and something must have vanished at one point of time due to sudden surge of sea level. That was a very sudden thing which was happening. So many of the people must have perished due to invasions, also different internal conflicts, also, and our these knowledge were getting like distracted and fragmented in different regions in a different form. तो इस तरह से हम लोग जो चीजें हैं वो भूलते चले गए. Like we now we don't we are not हमारे पास ऐसे कोई गुरु नहीं है जो those who will teach us how to connect these dots. So it is now for us to read them and try to understand why these are mentioned and how we can connect and make sense of it.
No, you are the
So
guru now.
thank you. So we are trying our level best to understand why these are mentioned.
Yes.
So likewise, Kali is mentioned as a sleepy, in a sleepy pattern as a Shabda Pramana in Aitareya Brahmana. So it says like uh, Kali Shayano Bhavati Sanjihanastu Dvaparah उत्तिष्ठ त्रेता भवति कृतं सम्पद्यते चरम चरश चरम चरम च Charayaveti. So this is a very famous Charayaveti verses which comes from Aitareya Brahmana. So the two types of kala that we could understand from Dvivido hi kalaha paramaha aparamashteti Shiva Maya Sambandha Swarupa Param iti. So this comes from the burning of Kal section from Kedar Khanda in Skanda Puran that we discussed in the earlier part, the first part. So Aitareya Brahmana gives us that Kali is a very sleepy pattern. So uh, the whole uh, uh, yuga is or the whole time period which is belonging to Kali is like is like very slow, very sleepy. Then द्वापर में आप उठो और थोड़ा सा चलो. त्रेता में आप थोड़ा और अच्छे से चलो. You go more faster. And in Krita, you are the fastest. And it appears to me that it is related to some kind of a motion. So this is my anumana, and I am keeping it as an evidence here. And the fourth evidence that comes is that it is Kali tree, which is related to Ardra Nakshatra. Vivitakaha Kali Fale Bhutavasa Kali Smrtaha. So the fal of Kali is Vibhitaka, and that seeds were used for the game of dice. So interesting. It is related to completely Ardra Nakshatra for the Samhita, and its seeds are being used for the dice game, so which we come across in Nalopakyan, and we come as a numerical value. Kali means one, so it's very interesting. Kali is one, Dwapar is two, Treta is three, and Krita is four as well as 10. So when you play the game of dice, when the Kali comes, you will be able to only move one box with the help of Vibhitaka uh, seed. And then when you throw dice and the two comes, which means Dwapara, and then three comes Treta, and 4 or 10 if Krita comes, that means it is having the numerical value 4 or 10. So you can move very fast. So that is why the Krita Kal is very I think fast in many ways, in many thought processes, or in the human living conditions. The things become faster and faster. So this is how all these informations are gathered here. And I gathered here for the comparison and to bring about an analogy and to do the arthapatti via this anumana. So that is the Ardra Mrigashesha Nakshatra is completely associated with Kali, the word Kali. And it means that the time is slow with the help of dice game, with the help of Kali tree Vivitaka, with the help of Shabda Pramana from Aitareya Brahmana, Kali Sayano Bhavati, and with the help of Nataraja's iconography, which is being revered and which is being presented with the Kali Bhoga. It must be Kadi Bhoga, which is some kind of preparation prepared for Nataraja for the Ardra Darshanam festival. So this is how these all are some way or the other are connected with Ardra Nakshatra. So it is a beauty of our texts that texts as well as the ethnographic memories. We are keeping all these information intact together due to the oral traditions, and uh, this gives us a great benefit to understand what exactly Kali means. So अभी आप भी समझ पा रहे होंगे कि मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ. Kali is the time which shows that it is slow. The motion is slow. So I hope it is coming easy or clear.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, please.
you can comment on this.
No, this is good. Continue, please.
Ji.
One thing is upamana. Upamana means is also comparison, like you mentioned here.
Yeah, yeah, comparison. So it is basically to compare why the Kali tree is mentioned. Vibhitakah Kali Phale Bhutavasah Kali Smrataha. Why Nalopakyan, in Nalopakyan, Nala says that people will be like getting confused with Kali Dice, Kali of the Dice game, as well as Kali Yoga. Yoga is Yojayati, and that is what is happening in the Chaucer game also. But some way, these games also got attached with Agra. Like if you remember, you must be knowing Mokshapatam. If you have heard about this
Mhm.
Mokshapatam. So they play in southern India. They play Mokshapatam during these Margashirsha month. So in the night, Margashirsha month, they play, and they remember the game between say Shiva and Parvati, where Parvati wins and Shiva loses. It appears to me like many other games. The Chaucer game is remembered in this form also. So Nal is like he's getting proficient in the game of dice because he had lost his kingdom due to this game. So Nala Damayanti is a very famous, I think, the most famous uh, act,
Is the
which has
best love
been,
story.
yeah, best love story, and is being remembered as Etihya. So it is a kind of itihasa only, which happened at some point of time and has been remembered. And definitely why this is then with the numerical values 1, 2, 3, 4, we get that another Shabda Praman that Kali is slow. And definitely with the numerical one, you can only move one house or one box. So it is definitely related to that also. And then Kali Bhoga. So it is like the whole game is being played by Sri Nataraja. So the whole time is being played by him. So the whole time is the concept of Mahakala, either wobbling of the earth in this fashion or in the uh, precession of equinoxes fashion. In both the fashions, Shiva is controlling the Dvividha, the two types of time. The one is 41,000 years, the other one is 26,000 years. So this two types of Kal is being remembered as the act of Shiva himself. But then we also have this uniqueness of Shiva and Vishnu Aikya. So Rudra Aikya, that is, they both are also same. Shiva and Vishnu are same. How they are same, then we get the Vishnu Padas. That is the Tropic of Cancer, Equator, and Capricorn, and its projection in the celestial globe. So this is how every deity is also, with the help of astronomy, also they are connected in some way or the other. So this is what I understood in this evidence gathering, that Ardra is associated with Kali, and the second thing is the time is slow. Now we will try to understand how time is slow. Why the time becomes slow and fast? What is the concept actually? Do we find something very similar in from today's science. So we will see in the later.
So one of the things is between the four yuga, Kali Yuga is supposed to be the fastest time. So it's very ironical that looks the slow here. Time is slowing down. Maybe the
Time is long.
hypocrisy is so high, so it looks that just sometimes it looks the time is very long. It's
Yeah,
difficult to pass an hour nowadays. So it's maybe just a feeling.
just a feeling. Yes. And what kind of a feeling it was associated with the Samvatsar that we will discuss, because this is a phenomena which is the yearly phenomena also. And what we read, that Kalihi Sayano Bhavati, that portion what we read is in Aitareya Brahmana, and which is related to Samvatsara. So in the Samvatsara, in the 5 years Samvatsara, Idavatsara, uh, Anuvatsara, all these 5 years, in 1 year, Varuna and Rohita's father, Harishchandra, is having this dialogue, and that time it appears, Kali Shayano Bhavati. Varuna says that Kali Shayano Bhavati. So, uh, Charaveti, Charaveti. One should move, and always move. One should try to move always. So there is no stopping of your movement. You have to move. Everything is moving, so you have to also move. So this is the dialogue between Varuna and Harishchandra. Now we understood in many of the previous talks that each nakshatra takes 953 years to move from this was happening when the Ardra's end point was um, when it touched the vernal equinox, when it touched Ardra, it was coming towards Ardra. That was happening during 5200 BCE. So this is the time where one should find Kali. So why should it be associated with Ardra Punarvasu area? Why should it be not be towards Kritika when people have come up with the idea of 3102 BC? Why the Kali is not happening there? So we'll try to understand what exactly Kali is. We already understood that Kali is a slow motion. It denotes number one. So it will only move one box, and it is slow. It is mentioned in Aitareya Brahmana. So everything we found is that it is related to Ardra, and it is a very slow motion. Uh, we also understood that uh, the precession of equinoxes or the actual precession, both of these concept is related to Shiva. And Ardra and Mrigashirsha Nakshatra, we in the previous talk we also got to know that Ardra and Mrigashirsha Nakshatra is a Shiva's nakshatra. In Vajasani and Taittiriya it says Shivam Nakshatram Priyamasya Dhama. And Shashi is the deity. Shashi, Soma, Indra, Chandra, Indu. They are the deity of this nakshatra. So that is how the iconographies also get the Ardha Chandra. That is why Shiva is known as Chandra Shekhara. So these are the names which has that entity, that property, that characteristics, uh, which gives us the clue that how Ardra and Mrigashish are Shiva's nakshatra also, as well as moon is associated with these nakshatras. Now the third thing, which is apara, which is not understood or not seen visually. Now, when you can see visually, you can see the three distinct star associated with the waistline of Nataraja. You can locate it in the sky. That is the perception which has been superimposed on the sky, and that is the pratyaksha. Now, why slow? What is happening there? What was why time becomes so slow during Ardra and Mrigashirsha? So for that we will look towards the Surya Siddhantic evidence and Kepler's law. We will try to understand the Kepler's law here. So in Surya Siddhanta we get atyasannataya tena grishme tivrakara ravehe Deva bhage suranam tu hemante mandatanyatha. So this comes in Surya Siddhanta. And I and Nilesh ji, we presented this paper in Oxford. And the epoch we found was the two pole star condition. With this condition of Kepler's law, it was happening during 12,000 BCE. So from 11 to 13,000 BC, that was the period of time when the time appeared uh, very fast during Grishma, that is summers, and slow along the apoapsis where the Hemant was happening. So uh, in today's time, if I have to recite this same shloka, I will be saying Hemante Tivra Kararavahe, because during the Hemant time, the speed of sun is faster. So you will find that winters came and went away in the northern hemisphere. So we are talking about the northern hemisphere here. And similar thing was happening during Ardra's time. So the periapsis was during the springtime. In today's time, the periapsis is happening during 4th July, and it is coming with the uh, uh, अपना क्या कहते हैं वर्षा ऋतु के पास में जा रहा है. That is Grishma and Varsha's junction. But during the Ardra's time, which was 5200 BC epoch, during that time, and from there to Mrigashesha Nakshatra, the periapsis, that means the slowness, the season which was experiencing the slowness of the time, that was happening during 5200 BC and during the spring season. So, Aditya ji, if you can uh, if you have any question on this, you can definitely ask me, because this is a very critical thing to understand what Kali is. So Kali is a periapsis condition with the season, and the season which is happening, the periapsis with the spring, and that Indians got this attached to the spring season. So spring, why spring? Because spring was the beginning, as I told in the last few talks, that Samvatsar and Vasanta both have Vasadhatu, and they keep the time because they are the beginning of time. So Samvatsar begins from Vasanta, and all the texts say that Vasanta is the Brahmana, Grishma is the Rajanya, Sharad is the Vaishya, and Hemant is the Shudra. So this is the concept in all the Brahmanas. And the similar concept now we are trying to get attached with the Ardra. Now, when the Ardra is experiencing periapsis during spring, that means Samvatsar was experiencing slowness. Now, this was the time when they felt the spring is not like ending. This is getting. I think I'm just getting it. Grishme Tivra Kararave. So here perhaps spring is going too faster. So this way we will try to understand. So I hope the periapsis condition is getting understood here.
Yeah, very clearly
Apoapsis
explained,
is
Rupaji. Very good, well explained. So I don't have any question, but just one point is there. The Varna just means category. It's like alphabets.
just
It's called
category. Yeah,
Varna Mala.
exactly.
So there is
Just like
no,
that.
like, you cannot say D is better than A or
No,
C is better than D.
exactly. Uh,
So all
that was a
Varnas
kind of
are
a chronology kind of a thing,
chronology.
like how to say all these, like supposingly I have
Yeah.
two kids, Shraman and Aryan, so I will have to say someone elder and someone younger.
Yeah.
So in that fashion only, Varna Vyavastha was also there.
Yes.
It was a kind of a just telling a chronology, na?
Yeah.
This is first, this is second, this is third, and this is, so that we remember many other things also.
Yeah. It's like a category, and do not ever
Category,
connect with caste, because caste is
caste,
European.
no, no,
There is
not at all.
casta. The
No, no, not
Europeans
at all.
have caste, not Indians.
Not Indians. In fact, I don't know when it started. It is very pathetic, of course. When did it started with humiliation kind of a thing, racism kind of a thing,
It's more from
and
1901, 1901 British Census
1901.
of India.
Yes,
So
exactly.
Herbert Hope Priestley,
Absolutely. Yeah,
Herbert Hope
absolutely.
Priestley, based on the width of the nose and height of the nose, said these are
Yeah.
upper caste and lower caste.
It's amazing. So this is how they like deformed all the things, because in our country nobody used to have dwaras. There was they never used to have the
Lock the
patas
doors.
to close the door, and everyone was prosperous. Everyone was working, and only they were working in their own fields and own sort, but everyone was equal. So there
Especially
was
after
nothing like
Islamic attacks on India, these things became very common. Like
very common.
because before that, India had not experienced such barbarism that
Exactly,
they used to attack and target only women and children.
exactly,
And in India, women and children, even women were warriors. So they it was never expected that somebody will just target women and children to control the men. So the biggest villain, like you see in the Bollywood movies, the villains attack women, children first. So that's exactly happened in India. So because they were
exactly,
shocked, so some of them, to protect themselves, they said, okay, we are a higher caste. But before that, nothing was there. It's a Women had no parda system, nothing was there.
exactly, exactly. So this is how in Samvatsar they remembered the ritus. Uh, so they named it like which should be the first one, which should be the second one. Even the Rajanya came in the second category, and we know that there were many kings who became Brahmana, Vishwamitra, and those legends are always there in front of us. And we look for that because we try to understand how these chronologies of or the hierarchies were set up so that the ritus or the seasons were remembered properly. So that is why Brahmana comes first. There is always a debate between me and Dr. Samodacharya, where he says that Samvatsar began from winter solstice only in India. But then I showed him all the data, and then he once said that definitely at one point of time Samvatsar started to begin with uh, Vasanta, but all the works like yajna and the things which will be which are associated with Brahmins. So the Brahman becomes the first for the yajna things. Then I said that why there should be two types of conditions for Samvatsar. There has to be only one type of situation for the Samvatsar all over the India. But somewhere in the very northern portions, like Kalasha people, and even Panini once mentions that winter solstice or Uttarayan word. When he uses Uttarayan word, it appears that post Siddhantic times, things were deforming, changing. But overall, till 1500 years back, we were having a very good calendar system until more shakas came in and they destroyed the whole calendar system. And in today's time, we are still trying to get back into what it was correct during 500 AD time. So that is how I feel that somewhere the whole calendar system went very wrong. So you will find very interesting here that Kali word doesn't come in Rig Veda. And you will be very astonished to note that Kali word doesn't come even in Aryabhatiya. So Kali appears also, it doesn't appear in Surya Siddhant, on the basis of which Roger Ballard came up with the idea that it is 3102 BC from Aryabhatiya as well as this. And he gave it a Kali Yuga name. So it's very interesting that even Surya Siddhanta has Kritanta. And in the previous talk, I told there are two Dwarapalas, one Kali and one Kritanta. So this Kritant word and Kali word has to do something with the 26,000 years of Yuga, that bigger Yuga or middle Yuga, one can say, um, has to do something with that. So what does the Kritanta means and why the Kali is again there? So why there are two Dwarapalas? We will take in the third part of this session. So we understood that the periapsis condition and apoapsis conditions, and in this way we remember Kali in all our scriptures. So Ardra is definitely what we conclude here is Ardra is definitely connected with Nataraja, Shiva, and Ardra is connected with the Kali, the word Kali, with the help of Vibhitaka Kali Falebhuta or Sakali Smrita. And the Kali trees, Samhita is being used here when the Ardra Nakshatra is being revered. And definitely is it also shows us that the time is slow, and we compared uh, with Kepler's law also that during that time the spring was experiencing the slowness. So this is how I conclude in today's talk uh, that Ardra Mrigashesh, the Pratyaksha, has all the connections of Kali. So when we say that Kali Yuga, so it should be somewhere here nearby Punarvasu, Ardra, and Mrigashisha Nakshatra. It must be from this portion because Kali is a phenomena. See, Sanskrit words are not being given without any property or character. Like I discussed with you about Agastya. Someday we will discuss Lopamudra, that how that name came up. It's very interesting. So these names don't come up without characters. So when the Kali word is there, now just imagine in the whole uh, time scale, where will you place Kali? Where will you place Dwapar? Where will you place Treta? And where will you place Krita or Kritanta? It is very difficult to understand. Now we tried with the two pole star conditions, and we tried to say that Kritanta must be happening near 13,000 to 11,000 BCE at that period of time. Now it's very interesting that Ramayana was happening in Treta Yuga. They say there is a ethnographic memory that Ramayana is happening in Treta Yuga. They say that Mahabharata was happening at the end of Dwapara Yuga, and then the Kali was just to begin. And one Mr. Jeevan Raya is coming up with a very solid evidence of Kali Yuga word and Kali Anta word, Kali Yuganta word, and he is trying to decipher from various Puranic uh, uh, texts and bringing out all those for us to understand more about Kali and Yuganta, Yuga. What does these mean? So that is something which is very interesting coming up, and hopefully we will be able to understand how these are all connected. So he also showed that Kali is known as Tisha or Pusha. It relates to Pusha nakshatra also. So the Pusha, Punarvasu, Ardra nakshatras or the Mrigashesha nakshatra, this whole section is very important to understand what was happening during that time. So it appears to me that this Kali slowness was happening during that time.
Yeah, Pushya is considered very auspicious also,
Very
very
auspicious.
astrologer's perspective.
Ji, ji.
And
And Ashwatha tree, what I told you, like Sri Krishna says that he is Ashwatha, and Ashwatha tree is related to Pushya Nakshatra. So during the Pushya Nakshatra, you have to use the Samidhava Ashwatha.
yes.
So like Kali Vibhitaka is used from the Kali Vriksha, the Samhita is also used of that. So it's very interesting that trees are also connected with all these nakshatras and what kind of information they keep for us.
So I was when you were showing your slides earlier, I was noting one word stuck to my mind, Bahede Kavrish,
Bahede ka ped.
Bade Vrish. That Vriksha is considered very auspicious, so Ashwamedh Yagya.
Acha. Okay.
And in my new book, which I'm writing on Ramayana, so where I have captured that many places being used in the Rishi Shringa's yagya and other yagya, that Bahade Vriksha, and then uh, it's another word, another trees, Bel and Khair. There's different trees are mentioned.
Astounding. Very interesting. I didn't know this about the Ashwamedh.
Yeah,
Today I knew.
yeah, that is considered one tree is enough for the Ashwamedh yagya, and
Oh,
that is
okay.
cut in an octagonal shape. Again, octagonal. Again, you have shown in many places earlier as well,
Ji.
and then it is considered auspicious. So in between, people who know the Shastra will know that how significant these terms are,
Terms are definitely,
because
definitely.
octagonal represents 10 directions, up and down,
Exactly.
and eight other
And
sides,
then
10
eight.
directions.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So it's all very like it all connects together. Bahedeka, and then there is a Devdaru,
Hmm.
another word you have used somewhere, you have used in your presentation somewhere. Anyway, so that is also important. So these are all
Exactly.
like astrologically, I mean, on Earth is relevant,
Astronomically. Uh-huh.
astronomically relevant. So it's a science. It's a complete
It's
science.
a
You
science.
can
It's a
experience it.
science. Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you, Rupaji, for joining as usual. Wonderful presentation.
Thank
And for
you.
all the viewers who watched it live, and the recording will be available in short time on YouTube. Do watch it over there. Subscribe, share. We are creating an encyclopedia of different information, different topics, and and if you like it, spread it out. So thank you so much, Rupaji. It's
Thank you so
always a
much.
pleasure to.
Thank you so much, Aditya.
Namaskar.